For the best medical and paramedical lectures, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay connected with us.
Hello everyone, myself Tony back with the NCLX RM preparation part 18. So let's begin. Starting from the 86th question, which nurse should be assigned to care for the client with the radium implant for vaginal cancer? So let's see the option. Option A, the LPN who is 6 months postpartum. Option B, the RN who is pregnant. Option C, the RN who is allergic to iodine. या option D, the RN with the 3-year-old at home. So let's see the correct option, and the correct option is option B, the RN who is pregnant. So let's see why this is correct. The nurse who is pregnant should not be assigned to the client with the radium implant. The other nurses are not at risk when caring for this client. So option A, C and D are incorrect, and the correct option is B, the RN who is pregnant. Further, moving to 87th question, which information should be reported to the State Board of Nursing? So let's see the option. Option A, the facilities fails to provide literature in both Spanish and English. Option B, the narcotic count has been incorrect on the unit for the past 3 days. Option C, the client fails to receive an itemized account of his bills and services received during his hospital stay. या option D, the nursing assistant assigned to the client with hepatitis fails to feed the client and give the bath. So let's see the correct option, and the correct option is option B, the narcotic count has been incorrect on the unit for past 3 days. So let's see why this is correct. The Joint Commission on Accreditation of Hospitals will probably be interested in the problems in answer A and C. The failure of the nursing assistant to care for the client with hepatitis might result in termination, but it is not of interest to the Joint Commission. So here the correct option is B, the narcotic count has been incorrect on the unit for the past 3 days. Further, moving to 88th question, the nurse is suspected of charting medication administration that he did not give. After talking to the nurse, the charge nurse should option A, call the board of nursing. Option B, file a formal reprimand. Option C, terminate the nurse. या option D, charge the nurse with a taunt. So let's see the correct option, and the correct option is option B, file a formal reprimand. So let's see why this is correct. The next action after discussing the problem with the nurse is to document the incident by filing a formal reprimand. If the behavior continues or if harm has result to the client, the nurse may be terminated and reported to the board of nursing. But these are not the first action requested in the STEAM. A taunt is a wrongful act to the client or his belonging and is not indicated in this instance. Therefore, answer A, C and D are incorrect. So the correct option is option B. Further, moving to 89th question, the home health nurse is planning for the day's visit. Which client should be seen first? So let's see the option. Option A, the 78-year-old who had a gastrectomy 3 weeks ago and has a PEG tube. Option B, the 5-month-old discharged 1 week ago with pneumonia who is being treated with amoxicillin liquid suspension. Option C, the 50-year-old with MRSA being treated with vancomycin via a PICC line. या ऑप्शन डी, the 80-year-old with an exacerbation of multiple sclerosis being treated with cortisone via a centrally placed venous catheter. So let's see the correct option, and the correct option is option D. The 30 years old with an exacerbation of multiple sclerosis being treated with cortisone via centrally placed venous catheter. So let's see why this is correct. The client at highest risk for complication is the client with multiple sclerosis who is being treated with cortisone via the central line. So here option A, B and C are more stable and can be seen later. So correct option is option D. Further moving to 90th question, the emergency room is flooded with client injured in the tornado. Which clients can be assigned to share a room in the emergency department during the disaster? So let's see the option. Option A, the client having auditory hallucination and the client with ulcerative colitis. Option B, the client who is pregnant and the client with a broken arm. Option C, a child with a cyanotic with severe dyspnea and a client with a frontal head injury. या option D, the client who arrives with a large puncture wound to the abdominal and the client with chest pain. So let's see the correct option, and the correct option is option B, the client who is pregnant and the client with the broken arm. So let's see why this is correct. The pregnant client and the client with a broken arm are the best choices for placing in the same room. The client in answer A, C and D needed to placed in separate room due to the serious natures of their injury. So option B, the client who is pregnant and the client with a broken arm is correct. So that's it guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this lecture, give a like and subscribe our channel. We will updating NCLX regularly. We will be back with part 19. Till then, be happy, stay home, stay safe.
Do like, leave a comment and share with your friends.